racket number one coming from our association, the National Association of Realtors. They've put together a new fair housing action plan called ACT. Let's tell everybody what it is, and then Nicole will get your 2 cents on whether this is a racket or not. So,
Okay.
their new action plan is going to work closely with state association executives to ensure state licensing laws.
I think that 85-degree weather is getting to
Yeah,
you.
it's getting to me. It's actually kind of
Jeepers.
hot in here. I don't think they have the AC on. So fair housing training. They want to launch a public service announcement campaign that reaffirms NAR's commitment to fair housing and how consumers can report problems. They want to integrate fair housing into all of their conferences, explore the creation of a voluntary self-testing program. They want to create more robust fair housing education and conduct a national study to determine what factors may motivate discrimination. They want to profile leaders who exemplify the best fair housing practices and workplace diversity, and develop materials to help realtors provide consumers with information on schools that avoids, I like this one, that
That is a good
avoid
one.
fair housing pitfalls. So is NAR, Nicole, spending their time wisely in their while they approve this new fair housing action plan?
I do think that this is all really, really important stuff, especially I feel like, God, our world is changing so much so rapidly that it's super important to keep. I do think that NAR's job is to continue to educate the agent. And I do think that this is really, really important information. I'm with you, though. I do love that last one because it's always really difficult as an agent to, give any information on a school or even a town. So if there's anything that we can provide our customers so that they can get like the full picture without us getting into trouble is great. I
The
do
school
think
one's a
that
big one
something
because a lot of people make their decision based on that, and they're looking to somebody who's lived in the area, somebody who's grown up in the area, their agent to
right,
guide them through that decision.
right.
And you've got to walk a fine line as an agent when you start talking about schools under the current way we operate as NAR agents.
For sure. Well, what's super interesting though is that, I mean, obviously, I can't speak for everyone's community, but I'm assuming most communities, I mean, you're always hearing like number one agent in this town, like top producer in this town, where people are going to some of these agents to get that information, knowing that they are like the top agent. And if you're not really able to sort of tread in that direction, I mean, it's probably super like discouraging for the consumer, because they're thinking that they're going to some, professional that's going to be able to provide them with some information. But again, I overall, I don't find this to be a racket. I do think that this is obviously better spent time than our going
Mm.
three-dimensional.
Mm.
So I
I
do
will
think it's all really good stuff and very important. So
Mm. I will say this is the least racketish thing that NAR has ever done. Okay.
yes,
It is something they should be doing more of. How do we set up, whether this is going to be a committee or whatever it's going to be, how do we set up more education and training for our agents so that they can be better equipped? Not how do we develop new technology for
right,
the agents and get crushed by companies like Zillow, but how do we make them last a lifetime generationally for the entire agent community? This type of education, training, resource will help agents thrive as we continue to move forward. So
I think
I
what's
like
super
it.
I think what's super interesting here though too, just to like sort of discuss is the second bullet there about a public service campaign that reaffirms NAR's commitment. I think it's super important though to continue to sort of educate the consumers that this is what our jobs are, because I think that so many times people have like these sort of like misconstrued ideas of like what we do and what our jobs are and like kind of how dirty they think we are. So again, I think all of the points are like
Yes.
great. So
Nar, way to go.
way to
You have
go.
nailed it.